Hello, everyone. We have great news today. Prince William rarely speaks out about his estranged brother Harry. Harry blames his lawyer for William being dragged into his legal battle with the Mail. Prince Harry accuses royal aides of sabotaging the reunion with King Charles. A comment Prince William made about Prince Harry on his new TV show. Meghan's father, Markle, issued a statement and responded to her daughter's accusations that he was a hostage. The most interesting thing lies ahead, and now I suggest we start by saying that William spoke about his brother, Harry.
Prince William makes rare comment about estranged brother Harry. Prince William recently made an unusual public comment about his estranged brother Prince Harry during his appearance on Eugene Levy's Apple TV series, The Reluctant Traveler. In the latest episode, 78-year-old Levy asks the 43-year-old prince how he feels knowing his eldest son, Prince George.
While William is talking about his brother, I remind you that there is great news ahead.
Will one day become king. William's response was thoughtful and revealing. It's an interesting question, and it's a big question, he said. There's lots of things to think about with that. He continued, obviously, I want to create a world where my son is proud of what we do, a world and a job that actually impacts people's lives for the better. Then came the pointed reference to Harry. That comes with a caveat, though. I hope we don't go back to some of the practices from the past that Harry and I had to grow up with. I'll do everything I can to make sure we don't regress in that situation. William made it clear that transformation is his priority. It's safe to say that change is on my agenda, change for good. I embrace that, and I enjoy that change. I don't fear it. That's what excites me, the idea of being able to bring some change. Not overly radical change, but changes that I think need to happen. The 41-year-old Harry and William remain estranged. Their rift became public in 2020 when Harry and his wife Meghan Markle stepped back from their senior royal duties. They relocated to Montecito, California, and in January 2023, Harry published his tell-all memoir, Spare, which deepened the divide between the brothers. Earlier this month, Harry traveled to London alone and reunited with their father, King Charles III, attempting to repair that relationship. An insider told Us Weekly the meeting was super positive and very relaxed. However, Harry didn't get the chance to see William and sister-in-law Kate Middleton. There's still ongoing tension with William and Kate, a source shared on September 15th. They're deeply hurt by the public disclosures, memoir revelations, interviews, and criticisms of their roles. They see these as breaches of trust that require significant time to heal from, which is why they aren't there yet. The source noted there's been no direct communication between aides like there has been with Charles. William and Kate haven't initiated or responded to outreach from Harry at all. They do need more time. Still, there's hope that William and Harry might reconnect during the holidays. William and Kate will see how things pan out with what Charles and Harry discussed. One of the things was to keep quiet and not talk to the press, and for Meghan to do the same. Once William and Kate can trust again, they may be able to come back into his life.
Harry appears to blame his own lawyer for William being dragged into legal battle. Prince Harry has appeared to blame his own lawyer in a dispute over Prince William being dragged into his High Court case. The Duke of Sussex, who is suing the Daily Mail's publisher, seemed to have no idea his barrister David Sherborne would bring his brother into the proceedings. Harry, who has been trying to reconcile with his family, yesterday distanced himself from his high-profile lawyer by making it known he was not responsible for arguments at the hearing that brought the Prince and Princess of Wales into his case. The controversy erupted after a preliminary hearing at the High Court. The case involves Harry, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, Sir Elton John, Elizabeth Hurley, and 3 others who allege the Daily Mail hacked phones, tapped landlines, and bugged cars, all of which is strongly denied. Following the proceedings via remote video link was Harry, apparently watching in the middle of the night from California. But he seems to have been caught off guard by Sherborne, who represents all 7 claimants. The lawyer gave the court written submissions referring to Prince William and his then-girlfriend Kate Middleton as being among Harry's associates who were allegedly targeted in the 2000s by private investigators paid by Associated Newspapers. The publisher denies all wrongdoing and has described the court allegations as lurid, simply preposterous and untrue. After William's name was revealed by court reporters, the Daily Telegraph's headline read, "Harry drags William into battle." The report said the move risked deepening the rift between the brothers, coming weeks after Harry reunited with King Charles for the first time in 19 months. Then, in the early hours of Thursday, when UK journalists were asleep, efforts were made to get Harry's version of events out. A source close to the Duke insisted Harry was not, personally, dragging his brother into the legal dispute, and wasn't aware of the evidence presented as part of the general case argument made by David Sherborne. The source added that Harry was not responsible for the arguments made by Sherborne. A 9-week trial into all allegations is scheduled to start in January. The High Court was told the Daily Mail has lined up scores of witnesses to defend against what they call baseless allegations. During yesterday's preliminary hearing, the court heard that legal researchers working for Harry and the others hatched a camouflage scheme to mislead the High Court. Damning emails involving claimant Sir Simon Hughes, former president of the Liberal Democrats, showed astonishing discussions about how to cheat the legal system. Under the law, privacy claims must be brought within 6 years, otherwise they're time-barred. But emails from 2016 to 2019 reveal members of the legal team apparently discussed how to circumvent these rules. Anthony White, representing Associated Newspapers, told the court there was limitation camouflage being put in place. You only need camouflage if you have something to hide. The legal team apparently considered planting news stories on a website called Byline, claiming the Mail was involved in hacking. Then they would pretend the claimants discovered they were potential victims from these articles, when in reality, they had already been discussing suing the newspaper. An email from July 2019 stated, "The Mail hacking claims are being developed. To deter the Mail from arguing limitation, we think it best for stories to be written in byline, which can be referred to as the basis for claims being raised." Associated Newspapers strongly rejects all the allegations. The case is projected to cost £38 million, a manifestly excessive amount. 2 judges ruled earlier this year. The judge is expected to rule on these preliminary matters at a later date.
Palace at war. Prince Harry accuses royal aides of sabotaging reunion with King Charles. Prince Harry had hoped his recent reunion would finally pave a path back to the royal family after almost 6 years in the cold, or rather, the heat of Montecito sunshine. But after his brief 54-minute afternoon tea with 76-year-old King Charles during a short UK trip this month, 41-year-old Harry finds himself at the center of yet another storm. Harry has now accused the infamous Men in Grey of attempting to sabotage his dreams of reconciliation with his father. Whispers about what exactly happened during the royal meeting were widely reported, with inside sources revealing that Harry had gifted Charles a family picture, including wife Meghan Markle, and had been surprised to feel more like a visitor than a family member. A spokesperson for Harry quickly hit back at these categorically false reports, releasing a damning statement that accused callous sources of being intent on sabotaging any reconciliation between father and son. They confirmed that a gift exchange including a framed photograph, believed to be of 6-year-old Archie and 4-year-old Lilibet, had taken place, but that it did not include an image of the Duke and Duchess themselves. This nugget of truth, suggesting an inside leak, has been the catalyst in sending Harry to war with the notorious Men in Grey. Harry's peacemaking efforts with Charles have caused a huge divide inside Buckingham Palace as skepticism grows about his and Meghan's ultimate motives. An insider tells Heat magazine, "Charles has really put his neck on the line to give peace a chance, which is all well and good. Nobody doubts he's trying to put the past behind him to focus on positivity and forgiveness. But there are still a high percentage of courtiers who think His Majesty is making a colossal mistake. That Harry is a loose cannon and it'll explode in the palace's face at some stage." The wheels for what's been named Operation Bring Harry Back from the Cold were first set in motion in July, when photographs emerged of a meeting at a London private members club between senior Sussex staff and Charles's communications secretary. The so-called Peace Summit quickly descended into questions about who had alerted the paparazzi.
Harry's latest outburst through his spokesperson has only further sparked the fury of courtiers who feel they've been working hard, some for decades, for the good of the crown. The insider explains, Charles is running into a lot of resistance, not just from Prince William and Queen Camilla, but pretty much throughout the firm. They're making their feelings plain while dreading what will come of this peace plan down the line. The source adds, Harry hasn't helped his cause by trying to take on palace aides who he claims have been briefing the press against him and Meghan. His angry words have made them even more determined to put a spanner in his plans and talk sense into the king before it's too late. Royal sources revealed that courtiers had been attempting to improve what is a delicate but important private family relationship, but royal aides have now been left perplexed and saddened by Harry's outburst. This comes at a time when the palace is still reeling from the long-term effects of Harry and Meghan's damaging accusations against the monarchy, including allegations of racism and bullying, and claims that the palace ignored Meghan's desperate calls for help when she felt suicidal. The palace has denied all these claims. Harry also detailed claims of an assault by his older brother William and revealed intimate, often scathing details of his palace life in his 2023 memoir, Spare. The insider says, people inside the palace are stunned at the audacity of Harry marching and acting like he can dictate terms to them. After everything he's done, the book, the interviews, the Netflix content, the way he's trashed his family over and over, they see him as the last person who should be calling the shots. Harry and Meghan have never had a close relationship with courtiers, even during their palace days. Their former royal aide, Jason Couch, filed an official complaint that Meghan had bullied two personal assistants out of their jobs within her first few months living with Harry in 2017 and 2018. The couple has continued to see high staff turnover, even after moving to Montecito, with ex-employees reportedly calling themselves the Sussex Survivors Club. The source warns that courtiers, some of whom worked for the late Queen Elizabeth II, are in a position of power because the reigning monarch trusts them implicitly to protect the firm. These are seasoned operators who've been protecting the monarchy for decades. They're not about to take orders from someone they view as a spoiled brat who abandoned his duties the moment things got tough. The insider reveals it's no exaggeration to say that at least 80% of the household think Charles is making a huge mistake even entertaining this olive branch from Harry. The general feeling is that giving him even a crumb of access will backfire spectacularly. Every time he's been granted a platform, it's ended with chaos. After Charles and William met at Balmoral last weekend to smooth over family tensions, namely William's unrelenting fury at his brother, royal aides are urging Charles not to be naive about the long-term repercussions of allowing Harry back into the family fold. The aides are reminding Charles of the long game here. He may be king now, but William is the future, and he's made it very clear he wants nothing to do with Harry. Going against his wishes like this is a huge gamble and could risk doing real damage to the monarchy. They add that Camilla is giving the same warning, saying he's being blinded by fatherly guilt. As you can imagine, this decision to let Harry back in is causing a huge amount of tension, but so far, Charles isn't backing down.
The one comment Prince William made about Prince Harry in his new TV appearance. The Prince of Wales made a rare comment about his younger brother, Prince Harry, as he appeared on Eugene Levy's show, The Reluctant Traveller. The royal brothers have been largely estranged since the Duke of Sussex stepped back from royal duties in 2020. The future king, aged 43, mentions his brother as he and the 78-year-old Schitt's Creek star chat over a pint in a local Windsor pub. William was speaking about his eldest son and heir, Prince George, when he said, "I want to create a world in which my son is proud of what we do, a world and a job that actually does impact people's lives for the better." Then came the pointed reference to Harry. That is caveated with, "I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that Harry and I had to grow up with, and I'll do everything I can to make sure we don't regress in that situation." William is thought to be referring to media intrusion into his and Harry's childhood, something he makes clear he will not tolerate for his own family. I think it's safe to say that change is on my agenda, change for good. And I embrace that, and I enjoy that change. I don't fear it. That's the bit that excites me, the idea of being able to bring some change. Not overly radical change, but changes that I think need to happen. Royal reconciliation? While Harry was reunited with his father, the King, for the first time in 19 months during his 4-day visit to the UK last month, he and William were last seen publicly together at their father's coronation in May 2023. They were also reunited privately at their maternal uncle, Lord Robert Fellowes' funeral in Norfolk in August 2024, but they reportedly did not speak or sit next to one another. Harry, who now resides in Montecito with his wife Meghan and their children, spoke about a possible reconciliation with the royal family in May. Speaking to BBC News, he said, "Of course, some members of my family will never forgive me for writing a book. Of course, they will never forgive me for lots of things." But he added, "I would love reconciliation with my family. Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of the security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile."
Meghan Markle's dad issues update and hits back at daughter's claims he was trapped. Thomas Markle has set the record straight after his daughter Samantha, who is a half-sister to the Duchess of Sussex, claimed he was trapped in a building in the Philippines after an earthquake. Meghan Markle's father has hit back after his daughter Samantha claimed he was trapped in his home in the Philippines after a massive earthquake struck the country. Samantha, who is a half-sister to the Duchess of Sussex, took to social media on Wednesday, claiming that the 6.9 magnitude quake, which hit the province of Cebu on Tuesday night, left their father trapped in his high-rise tower block apartment and unable to get out. Now, Thomas has spoken out about his condition, assuring people that he is fine and in no way trapped or unable to walk. The 80-year-old spoke to TMZ after his daughter's tweets, saying, "Please don't worry about me. Everything is okay," before thanking everyone for their concern over his well-being. He added that he's safe in his hotel room and in no way is he trapped and unable to walk, explaining that his hotel wasn't impacted by the quake at all. The epicenter was 100 miles from here. Markle said he was confused by his daughter's claims online, saying he hadn't spoken to her since the earthquake hit the region and wasn't sure why she would say he had been trapped. He told the publication, "I'm currently sitting on the couch in my hotel room with my feet kicked up and watching Charlie Chan movies. I'm quite comfortable." On Wednesday, just hours after the earthquake, Samantha, who has long been highly critical of the Duchess of Sussex, took to Twitter saying, "My father is stuck on the 19th floor of a building in the Philippines after a massive earthquake and he can't walk and he is trapped." Just hours later, she made her Twitter account private. She offered a further update later on Wednesday, saying he is now okay and making plans to get out of that building. Thomas, who is estranged from the Duchess of Sussex, moved to the Philippines earlier this year, where he's being cared for by Meghan's half-brother, Tom. Markle is said to have had 2 heart attacks and a stroke in recent years, and now must deal with the tropical island's punishing heat. The regional Emmy Award winner was seen using a walking stick to help him get around the area's uneven roads and paths, many of which are affected by constant traffic and the unforgiving climate. Prince Harry has never met his father-in-law, but did speak to him on the phone before he married Meghan in May 2018 and asked for his daughter's hand in marriage. Thomas was due to walk the former Suits actress down the aisle at the Windsor Castle ceremony, but told how he was forced to pull out on doctor's orders after 2 heart attacks led to his being hospitalized and having 2 stents inserted days before the ceremony. The medical drama came after Thomas Sr. was embroiled in a row after appearing in staged paparazzi photographs before the ceremony. He has told pals his decision to seek a new life abroad in the Philippines was because he was seeking peace and kinder people.